Who's the one you can't talk to in the middle of the night? Who's the one you've been calling on? Who makes you feel alright? I'm the one that can't hold you down when everything's going wrong. I know you're weak and feeling down. Follow me, I'll make you strong. Spoke in a whisper, whisper. At the same time I was tripping. Thought I was about to fall, but he came in and made me stand tall. Wait, breathe, and listen to the advice that I'm giving. Don't you see through it all? I'm the one you can always call on. You know I do it for you. You know I do it. No, I do it just for you. I do it for you. You know I do it. What you think I'm here for? Your request I won't take more. So I can't wait to see what the Lord has for me. What you think I'm gonna do? If He said it, it will come true. He's not a man and He will lie. Had that's not just any real time. I do it for you. You know I do it. No, I do it just for you. Just for you. You know I do anything just for you. I do anything 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 for you. I know you deal with everyday strife. You must remember the one who gave life. You know.
Hello, and welcome back to Restore Her Live. We are coming live, and we have a lot in store for you tonight. I am your guest host. Not a guest, I'm a host, and I'm coming to you from Atlanta, Georgia, but I have some great sister friends that are on tonight's live with me that are going to give you so much information, that are going to give you so many gems. If you were here last night, go ahead and put that in the chat. Let us know that you're here again. And if you, just like last night, let's make sure that we blow up this chat, okay? So if you know that there's a sister friend that needs to be in the building at the Restore Her Retreat that wants to win the chance and maybe some new surprises, you never know what the Lord is going to do for tonight, okay? So you want to be in tune, you want to stay on the channel, you want to make sure that you're hitting that subscribe button and that you're sharing this link out so that you can invite your friends, your neighbors, your aunts, your mama, your cousin, your sisters. Go ahead and tell them to come on and be a part of tonight's live because we have some jam-packed things in store for you. So I hope that you're excited. Why don't you go ahead and let's kick it off by going in the chat right now. Come on, you know how I do. I don't want to talk to myself, okay? This is about us talking directly to each other. This is a two-way conversation, all right? So we're going to be talking to each other tonight. Let's shout out where you're from, because it's just kind of cool to see where we got folks representing from all across the country. And maybe you have some people that are in your side of town that maybe you can link up with, right? This is all about connection and building community. So I hope that you're excited. But let's see who we have in the building. And again, we're going to give some interesting directions for tonight. So I need you to make sure that you're tuned in, you're listening in, because we're going to do our giveaway a little differently tonight, okay? So I hope that you're getting excited. I hope that you're copying this link and going ahead and posting it in your favorite groups, on your Facebook page, post it to your Instagram story, post it to your X page, post it on TikTok. Come on, let's go ahead and post and share this live so that we can get folks in the room, because we have some amazing things that are going to be happening tonight. All right. So if you didn't know, You see it in the box on the left, or maybe it's on your right. But it's Dacia Ruth. That's my name. I am the founder of Glow Girl World. And Glow Girl World is a entity. It's a movement. It's not just a company. It's a movement where we are creating ambassadors for Christ that are going to be activated in the marketplace to do great things. You're going to be activated in your purpose. And to help us to get there, we're doing the Restore Her Live series to help you get even excited right now. You don't even have to wait till the Restore Her retreat, honey. We're going to give it to you raw and real tonight, okay? And so I have two amazing powerhouses that are with me that are going to help to carry out the message of God, to carry out, to help to pour into you, to share their testimonies and their stories and dig deep and to pull from where they've been and where they are. Okay. So I hope that you are inspired and ready. Put ready in the chat if you're ready. Shout out where you're from in the chat. Let us know that you're here. If we don't know that you're here, we can't give you anything. Okay. So you got to participate in the chat. That's the rule. Y'all ready for me? Y'all ready? Okay, let's go ahead and jump in. So first and foremost, before we do anything, I want to make sure that we go ahead and thank my team. This would not be possible without first my God, God the Father and the Son in heaven. Amen. And then also my husband. I'm so grateful for my covering. I'm so grateful for all of the work that he does behind the scenes. And so shout out to Tom Darnell. You are the peanut butter to my jelly. Thank you so much for being here. I was about to say something else, but I decided to go with peanut butter to my jelly. And so I'm so grateful for you. Thank you so much for all of your hard work and for all of the efforts that you put into helping to make sure that Glow Girl World is all that it is. So let's kick it off with a prayer. And like I said before, we're giving away some major things tonight. We've had some sponsors that have donated additional tickets, that we have some sponsors that are keeping us alive and afloat. And if you want to be a part of that, we're going to put something in the chat, but you can go to givebutter.com/restoreher. That's givebutter.com/restoreher, and you too can donate. So let's go ahead and pray it in. You know how we do. And I gave the disclaimer yesterday, and it still remains the same tonight. I'm going to start off in prayer, but if at any point we need to go back into prayer, that's what we're going to do. Amen. Because we pray without ceasing around these parts. Okay. And I encourage you to do the same because that's what time it is in these streets. All right. So let's go ahead and pray in. Dear Heavenly Father, my God, my King, our God, our King, we just thank and praise you for all that you're doing. We thank and praise you for the mighty women of God that you've anointed to be a part of tonight's call. We ask that you give an express word. We ask that you allow them to provide transformational messaging that will pierce the hearts and minds of those that are listening. We thank you for this communion and this time together. And we ask that you would bless this live from start to finish. In Jesus' mighty name we pray. Amen. Amen. So now that we're ready, we got it all the way locked. First and foremost, I want to thank you all. Let's see who we have in the chat before I bring on my first guest. We have so many that are popping in. Hey, Can Rob from San Marcos, Texas. Good to have you on tonight. Monica Lundy from Chicago. Nina, Leah from The Shy. Good to see you. Ravonda from Jefferson, South Carolina. Kayana from Stone Mountain, GA in Georgia by way of Chicago. You know how we do. We got Lauren Kelly from South Suburban in Chicago. Chloe from Dallas, Texas. Yes. Cananopolis. Is that how you say it? North Carolina from Desiree. Hey, sis. So good to see you guys, and everybody is ready. Hey, Auntie Mary. Hey, Mom. Good to have you here. Tonight, yes, we are surrendering. That's right, Mom. Keep us focused. We're surrendering. So let's go ahead and jump in. So my first guest is not new to many. She's been on your TV screen. You probably seen her on this amazing singing show, this amazing singing contest show called The Voice. She was doing her thing there. She's been all over the map to perform, to sing, to give everybody a little taste of the many gifts that God has given her. And she's here tonight. She's not just a singer, she's a poet, she's a spoken word artist, she's a worshiper, a minister. She ministers through song, she ministers through conversation too. And she's here tonight to pour into us. And we're so grateful for the work that she does. And we're so grateful that she took time out of her busy schedule to be a part tonight. So let's give it up one time for the one time for my girl, Soraya. Y'all give it up for her.
Oh, hello, everybody. Thank you
Up.
so much for having me, sis. I appreciate you inviting me onto this platform to share my heart with the people here. Thank you so much.
Hey, hey. So listen, what's going on? So let's see. What's this t-shirt you got on? Is this your t-shirt? Yeah, let's talk about that real quick.
Yes,
Okay.
yes. It's love only,
Love
sincerely
only. Tell us
so.
about that movement. What's the love only movement?
Well, I mean, the movement actually derived from a space of, adversity when I was on NBC's The Voice and was experiencing a bit of, when you're on public platforms like that, you become vulnerable to cyberbullying and different things like that. And I experienced a few things while I was on The Voice. And my response to that was love only. And I think that God is love, and because God is love, if you ever want to carry out in the way that he would have you carry out, it would be in love. So that's where that movement started. Our response to hate is love. Our response to negativity is love. And that's where the love only movement came from.
All right, y'all put love only in the chat. Let's represent because that's what we're about tonight. We're going to be spreading love. And I
Yes.
want to make sure that you guys are chiming in for the conversation, that you're pouring in love, that you're celebrating these women for taking time out of their schedules to come and to pour into you. So I hope that you're ready to show love like never before. And we want to get these numbers up. So make sure you go ahead and share this link with somebody. Text it to 3 people. Text it to 3 people and make sure that they come on this live because they need to see what's happening tonight and they need to be in the building for the Restore Her retreat. So let's go ahead and start off our conversation by talking about, no, we're going to do the icebreaker. I want us to have a little fun. And so we call this two truths and an untruth. It's the same thing. It's a lie. But two truths and a lie. Okay, and so the game is we want you to be able to pick out the audience to be able to pick out which one is the lie, which one is not true. Okay, so you're gonna give us two truths and one lie. It can be in any order, right? It don't have to be truth, lie. So just mix it up, but give it to us and let us know in a few minutes. We're gonna let the audience guess, and then we're gonna come back and see what your answer is. So let's go. What are your three moments? 3 phrases.
Three for two truths and a lie. Oh. Um.
Keep a straight face. You got to keep your poker face now.
Okay. Okay. Two truths.
And something that's not true. So we can guess
Yeah.
which one
Not
is
a lie.
which. Yeah.
Okay. Two truths and a lie. One of my favorite things to do in high school, um, during gym time was play basketball.
Okay.
Um, I love to I love to binge watch Blacklist on Netflix. Um,
Binge watch what?
Blacklist on
Okay.
Netflix.
Okay. Blacklist.
Um, and I love to binge watch reality TV, like Real Housewives of Atlanta.
Okay. Okay. So for all of our TV enthusiasts on, she likes Blacklist, she likes Real Housewives of Atlanta, and she loved to play basketball in high school. This is a tough one because all of these could technically be true. These are very good. So good job, Soraya. Y'all give it up. Okay, so which one is it? Which one do you think? Is it she's a Real Housewives Stan? Is it Blacklist? I don't even know what Blacklist is, by the way. Um,
Uh,
I don't watch a whole lot of TV, y'all. I don't have time these days. Okay, so or she playing basketball. Which one? Okay, we got binge watch reality TV is a lie. Number 3 is a lie. Number 1 is a lie. So people don't think you can ball like that. People don't think you had the handles. You got that Euro step, sis? Is that what you working with?
Little bit. Okay, so do you want me, do I
Yeah, go
say?
ahead. Go ahead.
The two truths was I love to binge watch Blacklist. Uh and on Netflix. And then the second truth was in high school, I loved to play basketball. When I was in when I was in gym, that was my favorite thing to do. The lie, of course, is the reality TV. Not a huge
Okay.
fan.
Okay. What is we could talk we'll talk about Blacklist later because I have no idea. But somebody put it in the chat, let me know what Blacklist is. But we're gonna keep it moving.
Okay.
So let's go ahead and dig right in. We're gonna go straight to the point because we want to make sure that we get all that we can out of our conversation. So I know that you've been a semifinalist on The Voice. You've been in music theater like most of your life. You actually went to school for music theater, correct? In college.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
Yes, I absolutely did. That's it started actually in maybe my senior year in it didn't start in my senior year in high school, but it started to be, like kind of taken seriously my senior year in high school theater, where I had the opportunity to play Dorothy in The Wiz. And that's kind of where my love for it sparked. And then when I went into high school, when I went into college, naturally, things started to, we veered in that direction. So where what was it? I did a couple different things. Oklahoma, these were like classic plays, Oklahoma and Godspell and all of those things. And I always landed a lead role because I had a powerful voice to sing. And that's what they wanted to kind of carry the show. So yeah, that's where it all started.
Well, talking about voice and talking about powerful voice, I think it was only fitting for you to show up as one of the finalists on The Voice. So let's talk about that experience a little bit. I know that for many may have been, familiar with your experience on The Voice, but for somebody who just happened to miss it, we do have a little bit of a clip. We're going to play it now, and then we're going to just talk a little bit about what that experience was really like. So 1 second, we're going to pull this clip up and we'll be right back.
It brings tears.
Okay. Okay.
Into my eyes. When I begin to realize that our cries so much since you've been gone, well, I guess I'll drown in my own tears. Hey, well, if you don't think that you'll be coming home soon, like this evening, I believe I'm gonna drown this morning. Yeah, I'm gonna drown. You better go ahead. Drown in my own tears, my tears. Oh, I don't wanna drown in my own tears.
Whoa. My favorite part of that clip, I've seen that a lot of times, maybe 100 times, honestly. And every time, my favorite part is when Alicia does this. And she kind of laid back, like, what? And then she's not the first to push the button, but she's the second. And she like hit it like, yeah, I'm about to come up in this. Like, I want her. So tell me about, we don't have enough time to talk all about The Voice, and that could be a whole segment in and of itself. But
Yeah,
what
for
do you
sure.
feel like was the most valuable lesson that you learned from being a part of that amazing experience and being around so many talented people?
I think it was for me, one of the nuggets that I received from Alicia at that time was never to drop who you are. You know, within every opportunity, every door, any platform, always remain true to who you are, because that's what makes you special. That's what stands out about you. That nobody else does what you do, how you do it. And I think that that was one of the most important pieces that I took away from that. Aside from the business aspect of things, I saw things from the perspective of an artist, but I also, being behind the scenes, allowed me to see how important the business of things was at that time. Every intricate piece was necessary, and every person who played a role to make it all happen was necessary. So teamwork to build one large vision. Parts that may seem small was major to the ultimate vision, and that was something that I took away from The Voice, that experience.
I love that. And I think that's something, thank you for sharing that, because I think that's something that we all can take away from what you learned there, is that it's important to be authentic and it's important to be yourself. So put something in the chat if that resonated for you. You know, we don't have to try to be like anyone else. God created you with your own fingerprint. So that means you need to go
Absolutely.
out into this world and be your absolute number one self. There's nobody like you. There's nobody that can do it like you. And so go out there and be you and be the best you that you can be. Thank you for that, Saraya. And so one of the things that I know personally about you is that you've been singing since before you, I think even before you could talk, right? You were singing before you could talk.
Just about. Since I can remember,
Since
for
you can
sure.
remember. And you've been singing in church all your life. People who may not know this about you, but you're a church girl for sure. And so, with you growing up in the church and having a true role in music ministry from a young girl, when was the first time that you started directing a choir? How old were you?
Well, directing started at about in leadership, like leading worship and directing started at about 12. At about 12
You all
years
hear
old.
that? She was 12 years old leading, and you were leading the adult choir at 12.
Yes, the adult worship team. Yes, at
Yes,
the
I
time.
just want to paint the picture, because people might have thought that that would be some of your peers, like a little girls group or a little side. No, you were telling the 50-year-old, no, that note, let's fix that at
the
12. Okay.
the funny part is that growing up where I grew up, we used to, all the kids playing outside, I would sit all the kids down on the floor. I was about 5 years old, 6 years old, sit all the kids down on the ground in the playground, and I would raise them up like this. I would teach them the song that I learned at church, and they would learn that song from me. I would raise them up, and then I would direct them at the age of six, five
At
or
the age,
six, and we were doing, I
see,
was doing that out, and it's like, it's so funny how God plants those seeds long before they manifest in reality. And I'm thankful to have experienced that in my life, in my entire lifetime.
look at that. And so that's also a word for the parents. Pay attention to what your children are doing, even at a very young age,
Absolutely.
because God is showing you who they're going to become. He's showing you where their gifts and talents are. He's showing you where their passions are. So we need to pay attention to that. And so I thank you for celebrating that at such a young age, you were already vested in what the Lord was going to have for you to do years later. And so with that, tell
Absolutely.
us, why do you think being a church girl and always having an affinity for worship, why do you think that worship is, why is it so important to you? And how has it played a role in your life?
Well, I mean, I have found worship, the beginning of my experience and my journey with worship. It began before my teen years, like I said, but maybe at about 12 years old. That's why I first learned the intimacy of worship, and how it serves as an intimate space with God. And so I think that it's become so important to me because it does serve as that direct connect with the Father, but also because I see it as a weapon of our warfare. We know that in this life we struggle against, we fight against, and we war against spiritual wickedness in high places, and certain things that we come up against can only be drawn out. Some things by prayer and fasting, some things by prayer alone, other things we worship, praise and worship. I think the power and the impact of praise and worship is totally underestimated in a lot of places. I see it as important because it is a weapon of our warfare. We know that the war that we fight is not a carnal war. We're always warring in the spirit, even when it seems as if we're fighting against something in the natural. We may think that we're fighting against our enemies or our friends or our loved ones, but whatever the case may be, we are always dealing with spiritual wickedness. And I think that worship is one of those weapons of our warfare. We said we know that our the weapons of our warfare are not carnal, but they are mighty to the bringing down of strongholds. And I believe that worship serves as one of those weapons that is mighty to the bringing down of strongholds. So yeah, that's why I see it as that's one of the reasons. And then also because the Lord commanded us to do it. He asked for it.
Absolutely.
If it's something that the I'm sorry because I could talk all day about this part. If it is something that the Lord says, He says, I inhabit the praises of Israel, I inhabit the praises of my people. That means that He lives in your praise and He lives in that worship. So if this is where you want to inhabit or live or dwell or make your abode, I'm gonna do it, and I'm gonna make way for your spirit to do what you wanted to do. And so that I feel like worship opens the floodgates for that to happen. It
So
does.
if you are a worshiper, if you are a true worshiper, put that in the chat. Let's represent for those that already know that this is, in fact, a weapon that we can use, a weapon that we activate in the space. Go ahead and put that in the chat if that is you. It's so funny. We the thumbs up, that's how it works these days. You put a thumbs up and they start giving you all the different emojis. It's all good. But we appreciate that. We appreciate that. Yes, yes. It's love only. So hey, we're gonna do thumbs up, we're gonna have the hearts, we're gonna do it all.
That's
But
right.
thank you so much, Saraya, for pouring into us tonight and helping us to understand worship a little bit more. How can people follow you on the social channels?
You can follow all things at Soraya Official. Okay. So if you go to sorayaofficial.com, it'll connect you to all of my social media platforms as well as what I have coming up soon. So yeah.
Thank you, my
Thank you
sis.
so
Thank you
much.
for
And
being here.
thank you for having me.
Absolutely,
Indeed.
absolutely. So, unfortunately, there is so much more that I wanted to be able to talk to Saraya about. But what you're going to have to do is, because she's so much more than a few 10 minutes, right? So, what you're going to have to do is you're going to have to make sure that you join us at the Restore Her retreat. So you can have more of a conversation. So you can get more of what she has to offer, and you can witness her amazing voice at the Restore Her retreat. So that means you need to be in the building. So how can you do that? You can go ahead and visit glowgirlworld.com, where you too can get your tickets for this amazing event that's happening in just 14 days. But that's plenty of time for God to do a work. That's plenty of time for God to bring you into the space. So go ahead and go to glowgirlworld.com, where you too can get your tickets to be a part of this weekend. We're going to go ahead and start collecting those names. But first and foremost, what I want you to do is we have a new way for a selector for tonight. So do me a favor and put hashtag restore her, hashtag restore her. Go ahead and put hashtag restore her in the chat. And that's going to automatically enter you into for the raffle for tonight. So you're going to put hashtag restore her. It's on the screen. Hashtag restore her. It has to be all one word. Don't put any spaces in there. I know we get creative. So hashtag restore her, all one word. Hashtag first, restore her, all one word. Okay. And so if you put that in, that automatically enters you in to win a free ticket to the Restore Her retreat. We're going to do a commercial break, and then we're going to come back with our second guest. You don't want to mix the second half of tonight because we're talking about style. The first part was about worship. And honestly, to Soraya's point, we could talk so much more about worship, and we will at the Restore Her retreat. But for now, you just get a little snippet, you get a little taste. But we're going to transition to talking about style right after this. Don't go anywhere. Giveaway happening, and maybe some other special surprises. You don't ever know. So go ahead and invite somebody to be a part. They can catch up and be a part of the winning circle. See you back soon.
Come on, if you believe it, let's sing it together. On time, God. On time, God. You love the impossible. Hey. On time, God. You love doing miracles. Say, you never give up. Nothing's too far gone for the on time, God. Come on, let's sing that again. Oh, we know you to be on time, God. You love the impossible. On time, God. You love doing miracles. I need you to sing it. You never give up. Nothing's too far gone for the on time, God. Come on, y'all. Say you always show up. You always show up. You never late. You always show up.
Hey, if you didn't know, the Restore Her Retreat for 2024 is almost here, and you have to be in the building. That's right, you. I'm talking to you. And why? Because it's time for us to surrender. I don't know about you, but between all that we're seeing in the politics, in the world, in our country, wars, rumors of wars, things are getting serious out here. And we better take God a little bit more serious, right? And so for you and me, it's time for us to press in. It's time for us to go a little further in our walk with Christ. And I want to invite you to be a part of the room. Be a part of this experience. You have to go to our website and find out all the testimonials that have been shared about how this experience has helped to shape and change their lives. And I want to do that for you too. If you've been tired, if you're an entrepreneur that needs different focus and anchor it in your purpose, if you just want to have a chance to get away from the husband and the kids, sis, this is for you. If you're a worshiper and you love to praise our God, then this is for you. Or if you're not sure what this thing called walking with the Lord is all about, but you're ready to consider it, this is for you. Join me on the journey for the 2024 Restore Her Retreat right here in Atlanta, Georgia, September 12th through the 15th. We hope to see you soon. Go ahead and visit globalworld.com to register. And we can't wait to restore with you. Let's surrender.
And we're back. If you missed the announcement, we need you to go ahead and comment in the chat, #RestoreHer, so you too can get access to be entered into the raffle so we know that you're here. We know that you're here because we see the numbers on the screen, but we need to know that you're here in the chat. So go ahead and enter in #RestoreHer so you too can get access to win big tonight. You never know, we might give away a few things, okay? So stay tuned as we're gonna have this amazing giveaway, and invite your people to be a part of this conversation because they don't wanna miss what's next. This next woman of God has been doing amazing things. Not only is she a celebrity stylist, but she's also a world traveler. She's a sister, she's a great friend, and she's just a prayer warrior as well. She has helped to push me behind the scenes and speak life over me at times. And I pray that I'm able to do the same for her in some ways. But I want to give a big warm welcome to my sister friend, Stacey Lynn. Y'all give it up. Hello, hello. Let's get you on. Okay, let's see. Let's check. Muted. All right, there we go.
Right. We okay now? Listen, I'm here.
Good. We good.
Y'all couldn't hear what I was saying, but tell y'all now. It's so good to be here. I am so happy to be here. Thank you so much, Dacia. And I'm so excited to see everybody in the chat.
Yes, yes. Y'all give it up. Show love. Okay, so we're gonna kick it off royally. We're gonna start off with. I hope that you had some time to prepare. Hopefully, so let's get your two truths and an untruth, your two truths and a lie going. Okay, for tonight, and hopefully that'll help us to get a chance to know you a little bit better. Two truths and a lie.
Okay. I am a licensed physical therapist. I have been to 14 different countries. I love to swim.
Okay, run those back one time because you had a little space in between.
Okay.
So we gotta make sure we get them. Okay, so what are the three? Let's get them.
So the three is I'm a licensed physical therapist. I love to swim, and I've been to 14 different countries.
14 different countries. She out here swimming in things and love it. And what was the other
I'm a
one?
licensed physical therapist.
Licensed PT.
Hey.
Hey. Okay, put it in the chat. Is she a physical therapist?
So I did it in the wrong order. And Brittany said number 3.
Yeah, we don't know which one is number 3. Y'all got to say.
So I'll do it in an original order. Okay. The original order was I'm a licensed physical therapist. I've been to 14 different countries. 2. And then I love to swim.
3. Okay, so everybody is starting to say that you don't like to swim. Dang, is it because she black? Is it because she's black? Y'all know she don't want to have that hair messed up. Okay, so Stacey, which one is it?
I have not been to 14 different countries.
You love to swim.
I love to swim.
See, y'all over here stereotyping. I'm teasing because it was me. I'm the one that said it. Y'all stereotyping because she black and she talk about style. She don't care nothing about having her hair wet. Okay. We love swim.
Somebody said 14. Only 2 people said 14 countries.
Okay, so how many countries have you been to?
4. Well, no. 5.
Okay, 5. So we're gonna get up to 14 soon in Jesus' name. Amen. Absolutely. Okay, so let's go ahead and just talk a little bit more about, before we jump into style, I want to just talk about faith as a business owner, because I know a lot of people think when they see people doing their thing, you're a celebrity stylist. Maybe give us, we're not trying to name drop, but maybe there's a few people that you might want to mention that you may have helped their closet in some way.
It's so funny that's usually the first thing people.
That wasn't even on my list, but now that I was thinking about it, just to get people.
It's so funny because the person that just left here is a celebrity, and she is my first. She was my first client, and still is my client right now. And I consider all of my clients to be celebrities. And I think a lot of times people are like, that's just so cliche. And I say that because they're the ones that will spend the money. I have had opportunities to work with a lot of Bravo stars, but a lot of other stars, but they don't want to spend the money that it requires for me to do my gift. Mm-hmm. And my clients on a daily, I consider a celebrity because those are my VIPs. That's what God has created me to bless. And I think it's a little overrated. But I have worked with some Bravo stars, and as well as, some other like ABC and NBC, more people that work behind the scenes. But
in industries of politics and entertainment, And
Yes.
things like that. Okay. So, well, congratulations. And I love that you have coined for all of your clients that they are celebrities and VIP clients. And that's probably what's keeping you in business, because that's how your standard of your ethics and how you treat people. So let's talk a little bit more about what that means in terms of operating in faith as a business owner. What does that mean for you?
Oh, um, I don't even know how people operate in business without believing in God. It is a constant uh, reliance on a power that's higher than us, on God to be able to provide for you daily. I felt like when I first walked into entrepreneurship, I felt like that was my wilderness experience where I got to, go to God every day, and I was seeking the bread of life, or bread. When I'm thinking of bread, I'm talking about anything that um, looks that it can help me to live. As I mentioned, I am a licensed physical therapist. So when I got out of school, I immediately got a job. I was making a nice amount of money, but it was always in my heart to do styling. And so on the side, I would do it. And when the Lord spoke to me and said, "Hey, it's time for you to leave your job," I was like, well, how is this going to work? And the Lord worked on my faith to not lean on what I see, and understand that he's able to provide for me in ways that I couldn't even provide for myself. So I think that it's my lifeline in entrepreneurship, my faith. And I can't take a step without faith. You know what I mean? So it's everything.
Listen, what steps are we taking without faith, and what businesses are we building without God?
You can't.
How are you doing that?
I
And
literally always say that I am just a manager of this business, but the Lord is the CEO, because there is nothing that I can do without checking with him first.
come on, do we have any entrepreneurs in the audience? If you are an entrepreneur, or if you desire to become one, put it in the chat. Let us know. That's me. Just put me, I am. And then if you are a business owner, you go ahead and drop your links in the chat. We don't mind. Go ahead and self-promote. Let us know what you got going on, who you are, what you do. It's always a good time to pitch yourself, right? So I'm a proponent of that. So thank you, Stacey, for just highlighting that we do need to carry in our entrepreneurial pursuits. We do also need to carry faith, and it's an important staple in our pursuit of getting the bag. We also need to make sure we got that Bible under our arm. Amen. Amen.
Please do.
Amen. So let's talk about style a little bit. And so why do you think, I know you kind of gave a prelude on your socials, but tell us, why is style so important? And is it oh, she just thinks she bad, she just thinks she cute, she just vain, she can't leave the house, if her hair out of place, and what's the vibe about style, and what are some of the myths that you're helping to bust around style in faith circles? Because I think the world got style on lock. They know about style, but in the church, we gotta have we gotta look a little different sometimes. And we might come looking a little different. I'm gonna use that phrase because I don't want to go outside. Yeah. We're gonna keep it right here. Okay.
Yeah, I feel you.
Y'all know what I'm trying to say. Okay. Sometimes, we're not as presentable as we could be. And we are thinking that we're doing a service by staying in that space. And so just talk to us a little bit and let us know what's up.
So in my journey as a stylist, but not only just a stylist, because I consider myself a personal brand stylist, which is someone who is helping mostly entrepreneurs develop their branded style, right? But really it's what you said earlier, actually branding who they are, their authenticity. And I believe that when we can truly show up in a way that we are comfortable, but we feel good, we actually are more confident in who God created us to be. We can take up space in any room because we're feeling ourselves. Now, if you take that same opportunity and place yourself in a different set of clothing, you're going to show up differently. And I've learned this throughout my life. Now, I remember when I was fourth and third, fourth, fifth grade, I had a friend who received all of the new name brand things, and she was always current. And my mom was always like, I'm not buying you name brand stuff. But we always received new clothes. And I got very, very creative with all of my looks. And I recognized how powerful it was to tap into my own creativity, to create my own look where other people could not replicate it, because it was who I was. It wasn't who somebody else was. So the fact that I was able to do that with just clothing, I showed up different to school. I was able to be me regardless of if I was in a room where people was wearing Gucci or I was in a room where people were wearing $5 clothes. It didn't matter where I was always me. And so I could always remain confident and sure of the next decision that I was making, because I wasn't looking to the left or the right. And so when I talk about style, it's really about tapping into who God created you to be. Who God created you to be is great, right? It's who he created us all differently, but he created us all perfect. And so if that is true, then who I am is enough. But now I'm gonna add some clothes to that, because Adam and Eve did a thing and they required us to put on clothes. And when they did that, when they did what they did, the first thing God did was clothe them. So what I always feel that we don't understand as people of God is that God thought that it was very important for us to care about the way that we look. Now, after we were aware that we were naked, you know what I mean? So I think that in styling, especially in the church, we should consider ourselves just as important as the world when it comes to putting on clothes. Not only that, but God said that we should always be in excellence, and you can't be your best self showing up halfway. And that is always how I see things. If you're halfway showing up, if you're halfway dressed, you're halfway showing up. If you dress all the way, you're going to show up all the way.
So many gems there. First of all, she took it back to anybody remember as a kid when you couldn't get all of the best of the designers, and so you had to get creative in your closet or try to borrow somebody else's stuff real quick, like, let me see your shoes tomorrow because I'm gonna put it with this, blah, blah, blah. So I appreciate that, for the kids in your households, because I know we got a lot of mamas on the call tonight, and so you're birthing creativity, right? You're helping them to grow, okay? So
I'm giving them everything requires them to test their own creativity.
Yes, they get to get a little creative with things, all right? So don't feel bad, parents. You're helping to birth them into something that in the future that they don't even know is coming, all right?
It is funny. That's funny because Soraya said something about her, standing up at 5 years old. Well, my mama would tell a story that I probably was 4 or 5 years old. And I was like, I'm not wearing this. That red don't match that red. I'm not wearing this. And I was very adamant about what I was putting on. And my mama said I was always that way. I've never not been, caring about what I put on. So it's funny that, like you said, that God actually put it in at a very young age.
Yes. So parents, I actually have a niece, by the way. I'm not going to say which one, but I do have a niece that is extremely particular about what she wears even right now. And she comes up with her different outfits and she has her little purse and things. So she might be following in your footsteps. We'll keep you posted. But shout out to all of my nieces and nephews. Love you guys and family. So, okay, listen, one other thing that you mentioned as we fast forwarded was how style is important to God. And I really want to highlight that concept, because I don't think, put it in the chat if you've ever heard that before. Or what did you guys think about style? Did you think that style was important to God? Do you think that he necessarily cares about how we dress or how we look? And we could pull several scriptures from, about where there were importances of how God was very particular about he wanted a thing. He's always had protocols. He's always had preferences. When Solomon was building the temple, he gave him very specific instructions on what he wanted, what type of material he wanted, what dimensions and how the things should look. If you read that, it's very, very particular. Then also we see in the scripture where there were times, we talked about this offline, where when you're fasting, he doesn't want you to go around looking crazy, right? He doesn't want you to go around with, just like sackcloth and ashes, like you haven't washed your face, brushed your teeth, and did washed under your arms or nothing. You ain't put on,
You look like you suffering. No.
So he wants us to take good care of ourselves. And there was a time in the Old Testament where God was like, I'm gonna get away from you guys because it's unclean over there. And so I'm gonna go, y'all take that outside. You can't use the bathroom right here. Like we got to make sure you're clean. And so if we're looking at all these ways to be clean and well put together, then we got to understand that he does want us to show up like how the norm, the new age language about being, they clean, look at them, they clean, right? So he wants us to be put together in a great way to show forth who he is, right? That doesn't mean that if you don't have the best budget or you don't have the most robust budget at the moment, that doesn't mean that it has to be about, this isn't a conversation about designer. I want to make sure that that's emphasized. Yeah. This isn't a conversation about designer. Go to the thrift store, go to the resale shop, go, shop in someone else's closet, go get some, some gifts and from somebody else. I have stories for days about how the Lord has blessed me with, very amazing wardrobe, and I didn't pay a dime for it. That's a story for another time. Maybe I'll share that at the retreat as well. But in the meantime, what I want to highlight is this. You still have an opportunity to be a part of the Restore Her retreat. What you need to do right now, we have some new people that are in the building. You may have missed this announcement. Go ahead and put hashtag Restore Her in the chat, hashtag Restore Her in the chat. And so that you too can get access to this weekend and maybe some other things. I see we have several entrepreneurs, and I'm going to do something special. Tonight, I'm going to give away a VIP ticket to our Business Builder Boot Camp that's happening on Thursday. So Thursday afternoon, we're doing a Business Builder Boot Camp, and you want to be in the building for that too. That's a part of our premium ticket, but I'm going to give that to somebody tonight complimentary. And so if you are on your way to the Restore Her retreat, go ahead and get the Business Builder package, and go ahead and also get the general admission ticket so that you can be in the building. Hey, Sister Tanisha. Hey, Mary. Hey, I'm just seeing a few people. Angelique Smith. I think I saw my mother-in-law pop in. So I'm really grateful to have everybody here. And before we go ahead and announce our winner, I just want to ask you one more question, Stacey. So I want to just learn from you a little bit more from somebody who's struggling with style, or they have a style, but they just feel like it's not 2024-esque. It's not giving new. It's not giving, it's not helping them to really stand out in the place. What would you recommend for somebody who's really struggling in their style and really wants to get a refresh or stand out as that bold business kingdom entrepreneur that they are, so that they can show up and give God glory through their dress?
So what I would say is, if you are struggling with style, it's not necessarily that you're missing the clothing. You're missing something within that is not allowing that part of you to be creative, or not allowing yourself to see yourself in the pieces that you have. So sometimes it's an inner work. What I've realized over the years of working with women is that we, and specifically women, we tend to limit ourselves or limit what we can wear based off of what other people have said, what we believe about our bodies. And half of the time, we think our arms is too big, so we don't wear certain shirts. We think that our stomach looks too crazy. Now, I'm not telling you to just go out and wear anything, but I'm telling you to understand that some of the things that you see, we're always more critical of ourselves. And I think if you start to really look in your closet and figure out, man, this could really go with this, and this could really go with that, and that might bring out the one thing that I've been looking for. A lot of times an outfit is just missing a piece. And so I tell women all the time, if you can add a layer to your outfit, add a layer. So you might have a dress and it's just that, it's a dress. Maybe you want to add a scarf if you want to keep it chic. Maybe you want to add, so accessorizing can always help you to feel a little bit more sure or confident in your outfit. So let's say a scarf, maybe it's extra jewelry. If you're not big on jewelry, maybe it's a jacket, maybe it's a vest. But adding another layer sometimes will take your outfit from to, oh yeah, that's cute. And being confident and sure of that outfit will give off the appearance that you look better anyway. So the thing is that sometimes you just got to be more sure of yourself so that you can own whatever it is that you're putting on. Because if you don't have money to go and splurge, I still want you to know that what you have is enough and you can do things with it. So I hope that helps the person that is seeking or looking to enhance their wardrobe or their style in this moment. Just look for another layer.
I love that suggestion. And I think a lot of the times when we get advice about styling, we feel pressured to go and just completely revamp our wardrobe.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I need to get styled. So I got to go ahead and just throw away everything that I have and get everything new. Or this isn't designer, so I just need to go and get some designer clothes. So I love that you're busting down those myths and busting down those doors. It's not about that, but you just want to be well put together. And I will tell you, for everybody in the audience, I have a quick testimony that I was listening to Stacey, and she shared she hosted her own live some months ago, and I was listening in, and she was like, show up and dress up no matter where you're going, because you command attention. And especially as a business owner, people want to learn more about you when they feel like you're put together, when they feel like you have a little like, okay, I see her, like, wait, let me find out who that is. Yeah. So I was headed out to go get my hair done. And typically, I don't know about you guys, but sometimes when I would go to the salon, I would just throw on anything because I'm just going to get my hair done, right? It's not a big deal in my eyes. And so I might have on a hoodie and some jeans, or, some leggings and some gym shoes and a t-shirt or whatever, and a ball cap, because I'm just going to get my hair done. And I went to get my hair done, and I was like, you know what? I'm going to dress up. It was the day after your live. I was like, I'm going to go in, I'm going to dress up. I'm going to take Stacey Lynn's advice. I'll put a little extra effort into this. I'm going to go ahead and get put a little something on.
Something on it.
It's just a little something. So then I got to the salon and she did my hair. So by the time I got done, I did my makeup. I got my, put my outfit on. So by the time my hair was done, I was looking like something. So then as soon as I was wrapping up getting my hair done, I was leaving out, had got in my car. The stylist ran out to catch me. I had been sitting in my car for a couple of minutes already. So it had been like about 10 or 15 minutes since I had walked out. She ran out to catch me. She was like, wait, one of my clients wants to talk to you if you have a few minutes. And I was like, what? And she was like, yeah. She asked me who you were, and she wanted to know more about the retreat. So she just wanted to know if she could talk to you for a few minutes. So I was backing out. I was like in the street. So I had to pull back in, and I was like, yeah, I talked to her. So then the girl came out, and as a result of that, we had a powerful conversation. Because of my dress, we started talking, and I could sense that she was weighed down with some things. I started praying with her.
Come on.
I started praying over her, and she started bawling tears because of the things that the Lord was revealing to me as I was praying over her. So then she was like in tears and just like sobbing. So we're on the sidewalk just going in, by the way. I don't have no shame. So, and as a result of that, we exchanged information. So that was a powerful encounter, a way for me to have an inroads, to talk to her, to minister to her, to give her an encouraging word, to pray with her and over her, to speak about God just because of how I looked. So I want to emphasize that for everybody that's watching. It's not about being just vain, but you don't know, because what is that in the Old Testament where they were talking about, was it about Saul? And he said that you judge the outward appearance, but I judge the heart. That's what God was saying. But the world will judge the outward appearance.
Amen.
And we are here to be a light to the world. We're not here just to be a light to our church group and and the people in our house and the people that are homegirls that already know us and they don't care how we look. We're here to be a light to the world. And so because we need to be a light to the world, we have to attract some people that may not otherwise talk to us if we looking crazy.
Come on.
We can't go outside looking crazy because
we
won't attract anyone. I'll let you close out on that thought.
We are to the glory. We're dressing for the glory of God. And there is nothing about us that is dressing, people talk about, and I think somebody actually commented about it and they were like, they actually heard the opposite, do minimal, do this and do that. But what's interesting is that God, when we dress, we're dressing to glorify God. It attracts the heart of man, right? But it's not about anything beyond the fact that we're trying to reach their heart for real, and so if you have pure intentions, not that everybody that's dressing well is trying to reach God, give God glory.
Right. So some people are out here just trying to,
they just dressing, but
what we're working with. Okay,
when we are on a mission, we got to reach the world in that way. It's not about looking different in that way. You get what I'm saying? It's not about looking different, but our heart, our intentions, our mind, our thoughts are different than the world. And I'm not saying either that you should look like the world when you get dressed either, but I'm just saying that at the end of the day, we have to still show up that's acceptable in this world.
Because we're in this world.
Yeah. And we're not of this world, but we got to
of it, but we are in it.
We are
in
it.
We have to level set it. We got to level set some things.
Yes.
And I just want to celebrate you, Stacey Lynn, for all that you're doing. It's now time to give away, but y'all give it up for Stacey Lynn for pouring into us tonight. If you got something from Soraya's conversation about worship and Stacey Lynn's conversation about style, put something in the chat. Tell us what you got from today's conversation. And before we go, we're going to give a few things away. As I announced, a really big deal. We're going to give away that VIP. We're going to give away that VIP Business Builder Bundle, where you're going to get access to our premium ticket business boot camp that's happening Thursday afternoon at the Restore Her Retreat, where we're going to be pouring into you for a 2-hour workshop to help you grow your business. And if you have not yet started your business, to develop in purpose, to develop your vision, to develop your marketing strategies, to develop your brand, to strengthen your voice in the marketplace. Whether you're an entertainer, so you can be a singer and be a part of this, you can be a cake baker and have a cake business and be a part of this. You can make hair oil and be a part of this. And you can have a situation where you're just an accountant, and you can have all of those business models still need the same basic principles. And so we're going to tap into that through this business builder workshop led by me and maybe a few special guests. Some more to come on that, but you want to be a part of that as well. So get your premium tickets at glowgirlworld.com, but you need to go ahead and get entered to win. So this is the time. Do #RestoreHer. If you haven't already tonight, do hashtag restore her. I love it. We have so many great comments that came through. I'm loving it. Yes, Nicole Gabriel, it's all about confidence. Shout out to Deborah Walder for being here tonight. I'm just trying to make sure I acknowledge as many as I can. Thank you guys for being in the building and pouring in. We're going to go ahead to another commercial break, and we're going to be back to announce a couple of winners, okay? But first and foremost, make sure you put hashtag restore her. And if there's somebody that missed it and this is their last chance, I want you to win. Don't you know, I'd be praying. I'd be like, Lord, let them win. I want them to win. And so I hope that you can be here with us. We're going to learn more in a few minutes about the Restore Her retreat. And my team is just messaging me right now to say, hashtag restore her. Hashtag restore her. Some people were misspelling it. Some people were using it as two different words or adding extra words. Okay. So you want to just do hashtag restore her, enter. Don't put nothing before it. Don't put nothing after it. Okay. Hashtag restore her, enter. No spaces, no other commentary with it. Okay. Because we want to make sure that this automated system works well for you. So I'm going to do it right now. I'm going to do it in the chat just to give you a sample. Okay. In case you missed it, make sure you spell it right. And make sure it's just all one word, hashtag restore her. Invite your people, get them in the space. We'll be right back. Don't you go anywhere. All right. See you soon. But when I got up this morning, I didn't know what to expect. Like that mountain, when we got here and I looked at that mountain, I think I was speaking to Brittany Reynolds. And she said, I seen it out the window. I was like, whoa, that is a huge mountain. It is so beautiful. Where's the one we're climbing? I'm like, 'cause that's not it. She was like, no, it's that one. Who are you talk to? We're gonna climb that mountain. She's like, yeah, that's it. So when we got there, we prayed, and it was a little bit earlier. The sun wasn't up yet. And we prayed. And when we started out, I thought it was gonna be easy starting out because it has to incline, right? I started, and a minute after, I'm like, my legs, what is going on? We have not done much, but we started, and it already started feeling painful. But as we kept on going, I was looking at this mountain, and it's just crazy that it's like just what it meant, like just looking at what I was looking at. There were craters, there were gigantic rocks, but there were some parts that were smooth. There were some parts that I don't have to go that way because that's a little bit harder, so let me check the terrain. I was looking at people in front of me and seeing what they were doing, and that looked like a struggle, so I'm gonna go that way. I was following some of my sisters. I was listening to them tell me, you can go, because at a certain point on that mountain, it's like a halfway point. We sat for a second and we started to talk. And when we talked, I didn't say anything, but I didn't want to get back up because my legs were hurting. I did not want to finish, but it was like, okay, let's go. So we kept going, and it was a moment that it was Allison was in front of me, and Dacia was behind me. So I watched Allison, but Dacia wasn't watching behind me. So I seen what she was doing, and it was a tree branch that was in front of her. So Allison had to move. And watching my sister move, I knew I had to move. But Dacia didn't know because her head was down. So she almost hit her face on the branch. But that was like, you have to watch sometimes. You can't just keep your head down. And I only knew and was able to ask her, Dacia, did you see it? And she was like, no, I didn't see it. But that's because she wasn't watching. She was in the moment, but she wasn't looking ahead. But I seen it. And it was crazy because Allison did, and me watching Allison made me know not to do it, but my sister behind me didn't know. And I don't know, that just felt some type of way. Like she didn't know because she didn't see. Once we got, it was a portion of the mountain where these are not stairs, these are stone. So there is no gradual, it's like just a slope incline. And there's a railing up there because you have to pull yourself. I had to pull myself. I'll say that. I had to pull myself. Everybody else didn't, and I had to be okay with the fact that what they were doing was not. I couldn't get up there like they were getting up there, and I have a really tough problem sometimes with comparing to. Okay, they're doing this, so I should be able to do it. But I literally could not do what they were doing. But it was okay because I still made it up there with them. When we got to the top, I always say I never finish things. I finished climbing a mountain, guys. Up there, like, you gotta go up there because it's like you see everything from the top. Like, there was nothing else that was like making it so that I couldn't see everything. It was beautiful. It was emotional because even before getting all the way, like that last little climb, that was a lot. That hurt. Because it was just like, you have to get up there. There were craters in it. Like, I had to pull myself up on some of the craters. But it just was like, so it meant, it's like you can just, it was a story in that. Yeah. And it just felt, I can't explain it. Yeah. It was crazy, but I did it. And that's all I climbed the mountain. Yeah. You don't understand. Over this past year, from the retreat last year, what your Tuesday prayers do for me, I need those every week. And it was crazy because even just speaking to you in the hallway on our way back up to our rooms from hiking, and you told me I don't know what I'm gonna say before I say it on those Tuesday prayers. But it's crazy because every time you're going over something, it's what I needed right then. So just to know that you don't even know what you're saying, that's God talking to me. Yes. For you not to know, and for me to literally wake up and it's like, I'm really having trouble with my faith. Today we're going to speak about faith. Oh, okay. The next week, and I'm going off on my kids, and I'm like, my temperance is really, we're going to talk about temperance today. Like, okay, that's it, stay out of my brain. But it's not you, it's the Lord, and it's just amazing. And as much as it was so stressful trying to get here and just everything going on in my life, just surrounding this week, if you do this again, I gotta do this again. And that's it. This has been so much fun, but it's been so eye-opening, and I said I came here for something, and I got what I came for, because I'm about to go back home and do some things. Yeah. That is one of many testimonies that we were able to capture from 2023. We have a myriad of ones from 2022. This is year 3 for the Restore Her Retreat. And we want to make sure that we're continuing on to share the fruit of the labor of this weekend. It's not just a weekend for us to kick it, although we will have fun, okay? It's not just a weekend for you to link up with your homegirls, even though you will connect with people that maybe you know, and then meet some new people that you have never met before. But it's also an opportunity for us to get into a room that you've never experienced before. And I'm telling you this from the bottom of my heart. I have people from all across the country, from all different walks of life. And at the end of it, they will always say, I've never experienced anything like this before. And that's because this is something unique that God is doing. And I know that there are a lot of people that are saying that they do the same thing, but trust me on this, this is a little different. And so what I want for you to do is take a little bit of time to invest in yourself. This is an investment, but I'm telling you that the rewards are great. They have shown up in new entrepreneurial connections across different people that didn't know each other before that are now working together. I just talked to a client and she's connecting with another person that was at the retreat last year, and they have this little cohort amongst the therapists. So they're building and looking to work together. I had a mother and a daughter who weren't even talking to each other. I didn't know this, but I found it out after they reconciled. I had a husband come to me and say, hey, my wife has been coming to the Restore Her retreat and our marriage is better because of it. Every time I send her to the Restore Her retreat, I know that she's going to get something and she's going to come back better. So husbands, send your wives to the retreat. It's fueling business, it's fueling purpose, it's fueling relationships, and it's healing lives. We need this. I need this. And so I'm grateful to be here. So let's go ahead and give it away. We're going to give away some really important item tonight. We're going to give away 2 things. And so I'm going to have my team member to pull a name. If you haven't already, it's okay. I'm going to have my team member, she put all the names into a name picker. And so if you've been commenting all night, that means, but you have to be present to win. So if you dropped off, I hope that you come back, but you got to be present to win. So we're going to call the first name, and this winner is going to receive the premium ticket business builder workshop, where you can come and get poured into. To come out of that, you're going to go in like, timid. You're going to come out bold. You're going to come out with purpose. You're going to come out clear-minded. You're going to come out secure. You're going to come out with consistency on your lips, okay? You're not going to be wavering anymore, okay? So we're going to be clear and focused and centered and taking your business to the next level. And so I'm going to have my team member to text me real quick, because she has her wheel picker name that she's got going on. Have her to, Brittany, go ahead and send me the name for the first winner of the Business Builder package. I'm waiting, just like you. I'm excited. Drum roll, please. The first winner for the Business Builder package on Thursday, September 12th at the Restore Her retreat goes to Tanisha. Tanisha, are you still here? Put it in the chat. Let me know. Tanisha, you are our winner of the Business Builder package. Honey, if you have a business or if you're looking to build one soon, this is for you. This is for you. Go ahead and put it in the chat if you are, in fact, still here. If you're not here, we're going to pull another name. So I'm going to give you 10 seconds. 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. Oh, there you go. There you go. I see you. I see you. I see you. Okay. Yes, Tanisha, congratulations. You have got the Business Builder package. And along with that, you'll get complimentary access to the Restore Her retreat. So come on through. I need for you to email my team member. So I'm going to put their email in the chat now. But it's love@glowgirl.world.com. That is my team member's email address, love@glowgirlworld.com, where send them your contact information so that we can follow up with you. All right. So send an email, say I'm the winner, and give them your phone number. If you don't do that, we can't redeem it. Okay. Next up, we have one more winner for tonight. This is another complimentary entry to the Restore Her retreat for 2024, happening right here in Atlanta, Georgia. If you want a ticket, go to glowgirlworld.com. If you want to learn more about ways that you can win, listen, I've been giving sponsors to give away tickets, to give away hotels. Today, I had somebody that gave me a sound system. Dear God, I was looking to rent a sound system. And then I asked, well, let me see if I could borrow something. And then the person was like, I'm going to buy one for you. So I was ugly crying earlier today. I'm grateful for what the Lord is doing. You never know what God is going to do in the building. Okay. So go to glowgirlworld.com tonight and add your information so you can be a part of the email list, so you can get notifications about if I do anything else to give some more away. Because as the Lord blesses me, I'm going to bless you. And if you want to be a blessing to a sister, go to givebutter.com/restoreher so that you can donate to on our way to 10K. We're raising 10K. I'm believing God for 10K by tomorrow. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to believe God that he's going to meet and exceed our goal of 10K by tomorrow, Friday, August 30th. So if you want to give $1 or $2, go to givebutter.com/restoreher. We'll put that in the chat. But our final winner for tonight, our amazing giveaway is going to so I'm extra, y'all just bear with me. But it goes to Deborah Walder. Woo! I'm so excited for you both. So shout out to Tanisha. She got her business builder package. She's in the building for the Restore Her retreat. And we also have Deborah Walder. Amazing. Now that premium ticket, if you go online, that includes your own personal spa service. You want the elite luxury experience, go get the premium ticket. It's worth it. I'm telling you, we have so many amazing testimonies from that. But thank you guys for being a part of tonight's live. I want to celebrate everybody that's been here. Celebrate Soraya, celebrate Stacey. You guys go follow them. If you're ready to take your style to the next level, go ahead and book a session with Stacey Lynn. You don't have to wait for the retreat. Go to her website. Stacey Lynn, if you're still here, go ahead and put your website in the chat so people can understand how to get in contact with you, because it's time for them to elevate their style. It's time for them to grow to the next level. Let's go ahead and get our weight up so that we can be taken seriously out in this world, so we can go and take all the prisoners, okay? We out here with a vengeance. We're out here with purpose. I hope to see you all soon at the Restore Her retreat. That's September 12th through the 15th. Don't miss it. I tell it every year. I don't know what next year is going to bring, but this is the only year that matters right now. This is the only time that we have is right now. Press in, push in, make sure you're in the building. You too can get your information at glowgirlworld.com. Join the email list for other opportunities to win. If we get some more donations, I'm going to come back on here, okay? So I'm going to give some more stuff away. If you give it to me, I'm going to give it to them, all right? So thank you guys. Have a great evening. Thank you to Soraya and Stacey Lynn, and see you all soon at the Restore Her retreat. Take care. Have a great night. But when I got up this...
Come on, if you believe it, let's sing it together. On time, God. On time, God. You love the impossible. Hey. On time, God. You love doing miracles. Say, you never give up. Nothing's too far gone for the on time, God. Come on, let's sing that again. Oh, we know you to be on time, God. You love the impossible. On time, God. You love doing miracles. I need you to sing it. You never give up. Nothing's too far gone for the on time, God. Come on, y'all. Say, you always show up. You always show up. You never late. You always show up. You always show up.
Hey, if you didn't know, the Restore Her retreat for 2024 is almost here, and you have to be in the building. That's right, you. I'm talking to you. And why? Because it's time for us to surrender. I don't know about you, but between all that we're seeing in the politics, in the world, in our country, wars, rumors of wars, things are getting serious out here. And we better take God a little bit more serious, right? And so for you and me, it's time for us to press in. It's time for us to go a little further in our walk with Christ. And I want to invite you to be a part of the room. Be a part of this experience. You have to go to our website and find out all the testimonials that have been shared about how this experience has helped to shape and change their lives. And I want to do that for you too. If you've been tired, if you're an entrepreneur that needs different focus and anchor it in your purpose, if you just want to have a chance to get away from the husband and the kids, sis, this is for you. If you're a worshiper and you love to praise our God, then this is for you. Or if you're not sure what this thing called walking with the Lord is all about, but you're ready to consider it, this is for you. Join me on the journey for the 2024 Restore Her Retreat right here in Atlanta, Georgia, September 12th through the 15th. We hope to see you soon. Go ahead and visit glowgirlworld.com to register. And we can't wait to restore with you. Let's surrender.